Right. Today is about strength and courage. It's the astrology says Neptune is trining Mercury, which means we have to get very clear in our heads because there's going to be a lot of distractions to try and stop us thinking clearly. It's really important to get organised now and to plan in whatever situation you're in. The song is Cinderella Rockefeller. Basically, we're the Cinderellas and we know the Rockefellers are, and we should be taking more notice. Spirit are not happy. I won't go down that rabbit hole. Those who know, those who don't should. So, let's see what they want us to know. It's a very important time in history, whether we know it or not. And we're going to need courage to get through this. So let's see. Saturn's in there as well with the astrology today. Virgo is health issues and partnerships. So partnerships like the World Health Organization, perhaps. Just a little hint there. So let's see. Virgo is about following your true path as well, turning your back on everything you've ever known or believed to be true, and finding your own path, your own beliefs. Don't walk blindly down your path. Be clear of mind and don't be distracted by sensationalized issues, shall we say. That's that bit over. Let's have a look. July 8th. Mercury semi-sextiles Venus as well as trining Neptune. A lovely day for get-togethers and to improve relationships. So take the initiative. It's a good day to sort out your finances, and if you're shopping, avoid overspending. Especially if you're already in debt. The moon enters Aries. It's time to accept things as they are. Don't try and sugarcoat anything. Look at it. See what reality really is. Acceptance is the first thing, because a lot of people are in denial. Bosses, government officials, kings, presidents, whatever. Their way or the highway. And our own personal ego taking a battering, having less self-esteem, less self-respect, issues with the head and face, no success, no new beginnings whilst this is taking place. Aries moon, it's just told us that. It's the shadow side of Aries. And it's Father Sky, some would call the bully, 4 and 31. 6 weeks being stuck in stormy waters, and we are going to have to be strong, have a backbone. It's issues with the heart and back healed. It's proving yourself. Power struggles, taming the beast within and without, because there is a narcissist at play, at least one. You will have to carry the burden, not them, you. A heavy burden, Cinderella. If you take no action. Don't act in haste, because you repent at leisure. It's time to think clearly and plan. This is someone, unfinished business, things that need to be settled. Someone that comes in, treats the world like a hotel, and goes out again just as fast. One night stands. Sagittarius energy. We are learning some very hard lessons. So, well done, Spirit. They're on one today. So you may think you have big problems, but in the wider world, there are things going on that will affect you more than anything you're going through now. And you can't lose sight of that whilst you are being distracted by the minor issues that these people create. So, let's see. Oh, it's getting very serious, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. Neptune, Pisces, prisoners, victims, martyrs. We've got it till 2026. Love has left the building, and we've got to accept that. There is no commitment here. There's no compassion or empathy. So you have to choose a new path. You're at that crossroads. You don't want to be back here in a year. We have to take the path less trodden, because we cannot solve a problem with the same mindset that created it. They created it. The next 2 days we may see something. 5 years of lack of food, money, basic amenities even, or a lack of love, feeling like there's an empty space, feeling half erased, lonely in a room full of people, but above all is the bird in the gilded cage. You have everything you need but nothing you want. The lack mentality. Yeah, because there is a demanding financial energy. This is the Violet Elizabeth card, so the name Violet Elizabeth, the colour violet, the flower violets is important. And the name William. She's usually a redhead, she's a blonde in this. She will scream and scream and scream until she's sick, until she gets what she wants. This is the ego in override. Leo energy, and that's all over the astrology. So, early Leo is late Cancer, late Leo is early Virgo. You are trapped in a mental prison. You've got to stop that and think clearly. That's your ego, your inner child, not knowing which way to turn. Blame, shame game isn't going to do anything. It's actions that needed and we're not doing it. 8 weeks. We are on the threshold of a new journey, but we have to end this chapter first. Don't fear the unknown, the future. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Dick Whittington card. You know the story, I've told you many times before. I tell a lie. I thought that was the Fool. Sorry, wrong deck. This is the Sagittarius energy. I wasn't looking properly. So, 14. We have learnt all the lessons we need to learn. We don't need to repeat the lessons of the past. This is being put through the blacksmith's forge and battered and battered and battered until we learn. It's overcoming the addictions to a way of life, the old way of doing things, the outcome of a situation, gambling, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is that keeps you trapped, and coming out stronger on the other side. 14. So we're entering the rapids. There will be someone there at the end of this journey. University study, hips, thighs, weight gain, weight loss. Yeah, somebody's deliberately keeping us in the dark, blocking our path. Leo energy again. All the world leaders have got Leo in the chart somewhere, or the main 4 at any rate. Deliberately blocking your path. Delays in travel, blocking your travel, stopping you travelling, and children, issues with children. 19, negative energy. You must take action. The action that you're not taking needs to happen now. There will be conflict. There will be competition, but we haven't got to be afraid to stand up against it. Some will be mortally wounded. Arguments. Making mountains out of molehills. And there underneath it is the Fool that I was thinking it was. So, fear is holding us back. The truth will come out. And we will take that sword and sever ties. Clarity is what's needed today. Don't be distracted. Success will be yours in a week if you do. Saturn, as I say, Saturn. The truth is not being spoken, especially by the men of learning. There it is again. They're doubling up, trebling up on things. Sagittarius, the 14. We need to find balance, patience, learn from those hard lessons and not repeat them. The 14, massively important. Jupiter, there will be a lack of abundance. There will be a lack. We've just got to suck it up, buttercup. There's no horn of plenty while this situation still goes on. No fertility, no happiness, no abundance. The full moon, which will be around, I should imagine, the 3rd of August. Number 54, 56, and 24. Massively important. We're in the dark. Again, we have to end something and we're refusing to do so. Our shadow side is holding us back. The beast of burden, that's us, but we are strong enough. The ox, the year of the ox, 39, massively important. We know it was, don't we? Agriculture, the land, massively important. Venus in Leo, or Leo and Venus. I don't know if it's still there, but it probably is. She wants us to be happy, she wants us to be abundant, but there will be pain before we get there. It's not just about love, it's about money as well. And there has been an injustice. Somebody sitting on the fence and not making a decision. And it's the final card, and it's number 8. Number 8 for today. Libra. There's an imbalance legally here. And there it is again, Libra. We need to get off that fence and seek justice. Massively important. The angels are with us. Find balance, fairness, justice. Justice will be served. So, but it's not going to happen without us doing something about it, be this in a personal situation or a global one. Sagittarius. So we've got Sagittarius, Temperance, Sagittarius, where's it gone? There. Sagittarius, massively important, whether it's in your chart, whether it's in your chart now. The 21 is ending a chapter. We've learned those lessons. We don't need to repeat those lessons. Finally, I see clearly. Wrong book. Damn it. This will bring success once we learn those lessons and don't repeat them. Luck is not chance, it is toil. Fortune's expensive smile will be earned. The name Emily and Dickinson is important. You are about ready to hit your mark. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter and the mutable, easygoing fire sign of Sagittarius. It's half man, half horse, so the year of the horse, known as the centaur, a creature trained in the art of archery, who has managed to hit its target no matter how far he roams. Above all, it's about honesty, candid, not afraid to speak the truth. Freedom-loving fire sign is not offended by the truth. He is often surprised when others take offence at his words. Sagittarius is drawn to religious ideas, even though sometimes they deny it. They will go through periods of not being religious at all or claim not to believe anything, even bucking against authority. Religion and philosophy are concepts they remain fascinated by. They will argue for hours about religion, and usually at some point in life they return to some type of faith, but such a faith always remains an intellectual pursuit. Idealism, creativity, outdoors, have a great sense of play and fun. Extremely restless and doesn't want to stay in the same spot. Sagittarians dislike routine, so are encumbered by the usual 9-to-5 job. They may end up as magicians, fire eaters, tattoo artists. They are the people that we're talking to. The misfits, if you like. Publishers, literary agents, clergy, tutors, bookstore owners, whatever does not require a set schedule. They tend to be rather lucky, but have a habit of not handling money well and will sometimes squander any wealth that comes to them. So there we are, squandered. They are confident, which makes them highly attractive and popular, drawing them to what they need. Sagittarians have integrity and will not go along with anything unfair or unjust, which is what we've got there, injustice. Wicca, paganism, and the Catholic Church are all ruled by Sagittarius. When you think about it, these religions, with their group of ceremony, candles, and incense, have much in common. Though not as showy as their fellow fire signs Leo, Sagittarians tend to lie guests by their nature and prefer what they do to be memorable. The Archer sign does not want an ordinary life. When the Sagittarius card turns up in a reading, freedom at this current time is what's important. So they've said it there in one sentence. You will feel the need to fight against restrictions of any kind and want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand, personally and globally, in your work life, wherever it touches you. If your question pertains to a relationship, you or your partner need to be given extra space and looser reins. You may find yourself especially philosophical at this current time and even studying religions, which may not have appealed to you before. Interestingly, Sagittarians is the sign representing large animals, especially the horse and the dog. So those born in those years, massively important. You may soon be acquiring a new pet, or it may be that animals are already a big part of your life. It's a sense of wildness and being in the open air that's needed. You may soon travel to areas of vast countryside, but not if they have their way, because they're going to block you, or regions with mountains and lakes that you want to explore. You might embrace a new philosophy, enroll in a class of higher learning, or begin study in churches and religion. A visit to a casino or an area where gambling takes place could likely come about, and you may be fortunate and win. As long as you don't proceed recklessly, it's a good time to take a gamble. Your future looks promising if you're ready to expand and grow beyond your limits. If you do encounter difficulties, you will surmount them easily and move forward to your next lucky break, which will come soon. But freedom is the most important thing. Travel and honesty. Fits perfectly. Well done, Spirit. And there she is, stirring the pot. Cerridon, it's time to transform, to use what you've learnt and perform magic. Manifest your reality, not someone else's. Don't leave it to others to do, because you may be the one that needs to do it. You wait for somebody to save you when you could be the one that needs to save others. You have no right to expect others to do for you what you wouldn't do yourself. Cerridon is known as a shape-shifting underworld goddess. She is said to stir her cauldron, making her herbal magical brews. So, herbal medicine. A lot of the people have been persecuted and or killed for being or for medical people. Legend tells us of Gwion, a boy left in charge to stir the cauldron potion, which accidentally splashed. He sucked the 3 drops off his thumb, and from this position he was bestowed knowledge, magic, and the goddess shape-shifting skills. Cerridon was very angry, as you would, and chased Gwion. They both shape-shifted into many a manner of animals to escape. So all this confusion and drama. Eventually, Gwion was eaten by Cerridon, but his life force merged with hers. So it doesn't matter if someone is no more. The truth carries on. She became pregnant with his essence. Cerridon could not bear to keep him, but he was a beautiful child, so she bundled him off and set him upon the water, where he was later found and adopted. It is said that he grew into the famous Taliesin. So we may hear of someone that's been adopted that becomes the voice of the people. You may be adopted, or you may have to adopt a new way of being. On drawing the Cerridon card, a transformation is likely. If you are not already beginning one, first it is necessary to gather all the correct ingredients and place them in the mixing pot, being careful to ensure everything is in place at the correct time. That means the astrological planets, which is why I've been trying to tell you the astrology is massively important. Your timing is when your planets align. Transformation can be welcome and sometimes not, but one thing remains certain: you will never be the same afterwards, and this is usually a good thing, no matter how you might perceive it at the time, so don't be afraid. Just as the story on shapeshifting goes, so too is it important to shapeshift and be adaptable, to accept to every different situation. What in your life can you apply this to? Where do you need to adapt or adopt a different way of being? Look at each situation and decide what qualities you need to navigate your way through this. It's about thinking and doing differently in order to obtain a different outcome than we've had before. What magic will you put into your cauldron? Ceridwen is also known as the moon goddess, another significant sign of cycles and change. Everything at the minute is in a state of flux. There are no winners and losers yet. The only constant in life is change, a time to roll with the flow. Look at yourself and your life and see what needs to change, what needs to move, what needs to grow. Let it in, don't resist it. This is the gift of change. What are you ready to create? Let it in, be open, accept where we started. Isa, something's been on ice for far too long. The big chill. Something chilling is coming to give us clarity. I don't believe it will be anything positive, to be fair. It's something to shock us out of our comfort zone and make us act. The double E, wherever you see it, it's like an icicle, cold, hard, unyielding, and will cause pain. Walking may be difficult for someone. It is connected with slow-moving, inexorable glaciers. So just the tip of the iceberg is what we see. There is far more to unearth. It's notable for its hardness, iron from which weapons are made. The symbolic beast association are herds of reindeer, the stag. The alder tree and the poisonous herb of henbane, and the number 7. So we're in the 7th month. Well done, Spirit. Number 7 could be important for you in some way. The alder is Aquarius, the dawn of Aquarius, 2026. Refusing Odin, Father Sky, a means to avenge the death of someone, especially the sun. Patience is needed, the Sagittarius energy. It's most distressing when asked about a relationship because there is some cooling off. So freedom, like I said. It might not be necessarily a permanent state of affairs, but it is needed. Because the thaw will eventually come and the ice will melt. Events may slow to a crawl. Business partnerships may go through a rocky patch because expected events do not occur. And you will find that someone is trying to block your ambitions. This will turn out to be a blessing in disguise because your aims and desires will change during this time. So it doesn't matter how many times we are blocked by others. It will make us realise. Even though this rune is not the most comfortable to live with and can be most distressing for affairs of the heart, the cool clarity of ice, the truth, that Ace of Swords, bestows a calmness conducive to quiet contemplation. The true gift of ISA is a respite from cluttered thinking, which will allow you to see your situation and prospects more clearly. That's where we started, isn't it? Neptune tried in, can't remember what it was now. It may even show you how to progress in the future to avoid the same pitfalls and slip-ups that would otherwise occur. You've learnt those lessons. If you're involved in a creative venture of any kind, it would be a good idea to take a pause from it. Even if you believe that you are wasting time, nothing could be further from the truth. This interval will allow you to recharge. When the thaw sets in, you will thus be able to pursue your tasks with renewed vigour. Traditionally, the rune Isa is associated with the number 7, so its appearance could indicate a period of 7 days if it falls in the middle of a reading, and that 7 days is what they started with. However, if you do choose the reverse, the immobility it suggests can be taken as a message that you can go no further and you must completely change direction. So, Sophia is back. Your inner wisdom is what's important. Your gut instinct, your intuition. The name Sophia or Sophie could be important. Knowledge, the Sagittarius energy, learning those lessons of the inner mysteries of life. The female knowing the inner journey, the gaining of insight, acquiring knowledge and understanding it. Picking the Sophia card in a pack means that you are coming into a period of enlightenment where the truth is coming out plain as day. And it would be advisable to create time for deep, silent contemplation. You will be learning to carry yourself with dignity and grace. Stand in your integrity. Sophia's themes are about honouring the need to study and the quest for knowledge that liberates your soul. Learning to respect your instinctive knowing and to value it. You know what is right and what is wrong. See if you can take a course of study, take a part in a workshop, or read a book that feeds your spirit. Sophia will help you in knowing when to speak and when to keep your mouth shut. Don't tell everybody your business. In your life, you need to find women's wisdom, knowledge that enlightens and ennobles,